Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. I hope you have some really cool stuff planned. I just got back from an early morning excursion through the flea market here in town, and I got some change. So let's go through it, see if we find anything that's valuable, at least collectible. I'll get my big, huge hair out of the way. Long hair, man. Tell you what. Anyway, let's get to it. Series 2013 $1 bill. You know what? I'm just phased from spending so much money at the flea market. Whoo! $5 bill. All right, we'll get it together, I promise. All right, first things first. We're looking for fancy serial numbers, ink issues, errors, misprints, misalignments, miscuts, a whole slew of stuff. Right off the rip, I notice a little bit of kind of excess of ink in the background here, most likely from water damage. Nothing in the serial number. Nice beat up $5 note. Keep an eye out around the repetitious fives. Some issues that you can find on the back are issues with ink around various parts of the reverse. Most notably around the lettering up here. You'll get some issues there. 2021. Nothing different in one since like the late 60s, early 60s, somewhere in there, where they changed the back of the note, the reverse, so to speak. To add "In God We Trust," to really add that, separation between old church and state there. But the design hasn't changed ever since, other than signatures at the bottom, and a little bit of differences you'll see in kind of quality of ink and actual print. Keep an eye out around stuff on the reverse of $1 notes, too. This is a 2017 series $1 note, B for New York. 2013 series B star notes are really good to keep an eye out for, because you can find duplicates, which are rare. But if you were to do so, they sell for a ton of money. And there's a project called Project B, or Project B series or something. I'll link it in the description box, that you can link up with other folks that have B series star notes. Hey, okay, cool. Broken ladder. Nice. Sitting here yapping away. I was like, this looks kind of cool. And then it is. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a good ladder note. I love me a fancy serial number. I'm really a star note collector, but any fancy serial number will do. These are really great. I agree with a few of you that have commented about broken ladders, that you just refer to them as ladders as well. But I like to really kind of refer to them as broken ladders, since they are not in order descending or ascending. But this is a really great example because, well, it starts at 0, even though it's out of order, and it goes up to 7, which is like one of the most sought after. In order would have been better, but I'm going to hold on to this. This is also an overall not bad shape. I'm going to take a closer look. You can see all of this too is really interesting. Look at all that dragged ink all over it. Looks like it might have had some damage. We'll see. The back doesn't look so much, but you can see there's a counter stamp there, so it's very possible. I'd have to look up the actual run a little more in depth, but we can actually determine the likelihood of this being on the top of a strap, depending on where it was printed, which of course you can see by the different indicators on the note. But this probably sat in one way or another, maybe on the bottom, since the stamp's on the reverse of a strap, and then maybe this is just transfer, but I love it. Really good fancy serial number, little bit of wet ink transfer there, and a little bit of a stamp, which actually kind of kills the condition a bit, but I'm going to set it aside. I'll go a little bit quicker. 9, 2, 8, some 9s, some 8s, nothing crazy in the serial number. Little lack of ink here. You can see on that G7, kind of printed kind of funky. Keep an eye out for that. I just did a video talking about contaminated inkwells. That's where the inkwell that prints, of course, puts ink on the note or in it, has a contamination of color. So you'll usually see that in serial numbers on notes being darker or way lighter. Most cases, they're darker. $10 note, been wet, folded, and beat up. 2017A, so a ton of them. Kind of neat, some zeros in the middle there, but not enough repetition to hold on to. We're heading to D.C. in the beginning of May, so I'll get some pictures and video of the U.S. Treasury and the other currency and gold and precious metals related buildings, as well as we'll visit the U.S. Mint store, which they don't like filming in there. I found out from a few years back. But I'll get some video around it. We'll visit the guys, and I'll ask politely, you know, hey, would you do me the favor of letting me film in the store, just the public areas, and that way people that have never been here can see how cool it is. Series 2013 $1 note. Nothing in the last few, but I mean, I'm already satisfied as far as with this search with a nice fancy serial number like that one. Nothing on the back. Keep an eye out around the Great Seal issues you can find there. Somebody just commented about that, so I will put out a video that's specific to issues on the reverse of $1, and well, really just any banknote from the U.S. Issues on the reverses, so ink issues, graphics issues, misalignments, and so forth that you can look for. Nothing going on the front of this bad boy. Really folded up and beat up. Conditions like 9/10 of the law with any collectible, you know. So even if it's really, really cool, condition being towards the worst is going to really detract from value. Some zeros, some fours, also folded up. Looks like somebody made an airplane out of this thing. Yeah, kind of neat. A little bit of a funky 6 here, unless it's really, really over-inked, and it is a 2013, which is common on that digit. I don't really collect them personally. If it is like a blob, though, or a true kind of excessive ink error, then I would hold on to it. Check this out. Now this is probably, you can tell this note has been wet, so this is a good example of what to keep an eye out for that would be mistaken as an ink smear, but it's actually just from the note being moist at some point and then pressure being applied, and like a regular printed sheet of paper, some of the stuff that's printed atop the cotton linen mix just drags and smears, so that's not an error. It would have been nice to have 4/20/1993. That would have been cool. April 20th, 1993. So one digit off there. Keep an eye out for birthday notes. People love those. I love those. This one's got some nice excessive ink transfer there, but not enough to call home about. If it's really smeared or it takes up portions of the note, I'd hold on to it. Yeah, 2017. A little bit of a folded corner. I can't talk today, man. Then again, I've drank like a bunch of soda and no water, so maybe my mouth's just like a cotton ball. Nothing on the back. Really clean, though, minus this fold. 2021 series. So the only difference, again, is just the signatures. Really kind of beat up, folded in a few spots, also been wet. For a second, I was like, hey, speaking of ink issues, we got a little bit of a smear here, but that is just going to be water damage. And the year 1180, if there were 73 days in February, I might hold on to it. But birthday notes and date notes and stuff like that, I like to keep, personally, in American U.S. history, just because it is U.S. currency. A little bit of ink transfer down on the bottom there, but super tiny and well within acceptable range. Last few. 2013 series also been wet. You can tell, well, you can't tell, but I can tell from how thinned out it is. So we'll just kind of breeze by that one. 2021 $1 note. You can see what I meant earlier in the video. A little bit clearer print, and I think it's just kind of as they've upgraded technology over the last few years, and as they do stuff to phase out mistakes and star notes, we'll just kind of see clearer print. And kind of a broken ladder, but some repetition in there, so it's not a true one like we found earlier. Nothing going on there. Last but not least, well, it's worth $1, so a little more, a little less than some of the others, but some good repetition, some 9s, some 2s, some 3s, a little bit of an odometer or stuck digit serial number with that 9, barely sitting a little high, but not enough to hold on to. Keep an eye out for that. Nothing on the back, but worth a doll hair. I am excited about this one. Haven't found a broken ladder in a while. This one's a really nice one. I think the last broken ladder I found started at 2, I believe, or 3. But I love me some ladder notes. Like me this serial number, of course. This one's not bad condition. it's a little wonky, a little beat up. I'll flatten it under a book, then get it into a banknote top loader, a plastic hard top loader to protect it. And I'll link you some of those as well that are cheap. Like $10 for a bunch of them. That way you can protect your banknotes when you find them. But let me know what you think about this find of a broken ladder, and let me know what you're coming across in your coin and banknote searches in the comments. I love reading about that stuff. So I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a great weekend.